Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. I'm Jesse Milestone, and today we're going to talk about a comment that somebody left me. And this is not something I've done before, and it's not something I necessarily need to do a lot of. As you may or may not have noticed, don't really moderate my comments. I respond to some of them sometimes. I like them sometimes. But I don't censor them. I don't delete your comments just because you disagree with me or say something disgusting about the way I look or the fact that you can't tell if I'm a boy or a girl. I love the ones where you guys ask me to marry you or, tell me you love me. Those are really sweet. And I also respect those of you who don't like me and don't agree with what I say and want to voice your opinions as well. This particular post, though, this particular comment filled me with just such an unbridled rage. And you know me. I'm a rageful person. But this one, I haven't been able to shake this rage since I read the comment last night, and I feel like I need to dissect this for you. This is one of those novels that I usually don't read those, but this caught my attention, and now I feel the need to dissect it for all of your benefits. But before we do that, I really do think I need to clarify my stance on feminism and specifically equality of the sexes. I'm for it. I believe in equality of the sexes. I do not believe that we achieve equality of the sexes by telling men that they're evil and trying to kill them all or hate them or put them down or somehow take away their rights. I think that's idiotic and stupid. I also don't believe that we have achieved equality of the sexes under the law. And by the way, under the law, because we are biologically, physiologically different creatures, and that's a wonderful thing that we should celebrate and not try to eradicate. So there's that. I feel strongly about those things. Again, I think that this is still a battle that is being fought and needs to be fought. It has evidence by this comment, by the way. I have experienced gender discrimination at work, and it does happen all the time, more than a lot of people are willing to give it credit for. So I think it is an ongoing, important discussion and battle that's being fought, both here and away. Obviously, we don't have the nearly as severe issues with women's rights in this country as in some other countries, but that doesn't mean that we are okay. Just because we're better than them doesn't mean that we are perfect and should stop caring, basically. That said, I also think that it's really, really important if we want equality and we want equal protection of the law and equal respect, it's a give as well as a get. If we want to be respected and taken seriously by men, we have to also respect and take men seriously as well. You can't just walk around emasculating them all the time or telling them they suck. And I think it's really important that when you have any big social change and transition that both parties are comfortable with the outcome. Obviously, yes, there's going to be things that are uncomfortable, men that are going to have to confront the fact that they have treated women in disrespectful ways, sometimes without even realizing it. And that's uncomfortable, and yeah, you do have to deal with that. But on the flip side of that, you don't have to deal with women telling you that you suck and are inherently terrible because you were born a certain way. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So that's just, I want to put that out there, just so you all know where I'm coming from before I dive into this deep-seated fury. And now that that's there, let's go. So this person writes, I'm an old punk in my mid-30s. I'm not after you, and I'm not trying to insult you. My hope here is to shed some clarity on what might be your situation. I'm not sure what situation he's referring to, guys. And of course, naturally, when you hear somebody say, I'm not after you and I'm not trying to insult you, what you're probably going to get is somebody going after you and insulting you. So we're prepared. We move on. I've watched about 4 or 5 of your videos. Thank you. And I've noticed some stuff that I think women do not consider. Okay? And if I was to guess, I'd say you're a heterosexual woman. Good guess. Now, that said, I've noticed you seem to be pretty switched on, observant, and share views that are common among young men, especially of the nerd variety. Okay. This makes you instantly attractive to men, more so than a stunning half-clad blonde bimbo. At the end of the day, we're all seeking a connection, right? Not sure I agree with you. I think that, having seen what a lot of video game women look like, that there's a very strong attraction to the stunning half-clad blonde bimbo. But I appreciate the sentiment there, and I do like that idea. I think we are all seeking connection, and I think that's a wonderful thing. Okay, no issues so far. But you have a very strong personality, strong facial features. What does that even mean? My chin doesn't stick out too far. I don't have a typical Jew nose, and I do make this face a lot, with my eyes and I'm Maori warrior doing the haka dance, bleh, but that's just me, guys. My hair is short, and these are all indicators of masculinity. I'm not going to 100% disagree with this statement. I think it is stupid that having a strong personality immediately makes you masculine. I think anyone should be able to have a strong personality. But I will agree, all of these features are traditionally associated with masculinity. I'm still not sure what the strong facial features, which features in particular he's referring to that are particularly mannish on my face. But if anybody else wants to take a shot at that, go ahead and let me know. Is it my ears, my nose, my strong eyes, my pointy cheekbones, my tough, scaly lips. I don't know. Let me know, because I don't know. So, but yeah, okay, these traits are traditionally associated with masculinity, and as much as I think that it would be nice if we don't always have these preconceptions about what is male and what is female, the fact is we do, and it's fine, okay? Those things, that doesn't make me a man because I have masculine traits. I think it's wonderful I think there's nothing wrong with a person to be female, effeminate, vulnerable sometimes, heterosexual, whatever, and also embrace a lot of their masculinity. Just like I don't think it's wrong for a heterosexual man who like loves women and is really manly and plays football and whatnot to occasionally get in touch with his feminine side, you know, be a little vulnerable, open up a little bit, like cry at Old Yeller, that's fine. I think it's a good thing, actually, and I think it creates a lot more balance and harmony in ourselves and in our relationships. So, okay, whatever. Apparently in his mind, we'll see what this means in his mind. So my public image is signaling as attractive to young men. Okay, thank you. But they're unclear as to whether or not you're trans or dressing and wearing your hair as you do to signal your disinterest. All right, first of all, if I am trans, go me, because I am passing. I am fucking passing. So there's that. Dressing or wearing my hair to do I dress in a very masculine way? I'm sorry, are these manly flowers on my jacket? I bought this in the women's section, but I guess they lied to me. Like, are all of my t-shirts and tank tops and stuff, and like the eyeliner I put on, is that all very masculine? Because that's fucking news to me. First of all. Second of all, wearing my hair to signal my disinterest? I'm sorry. Is that a thing? Am I supposed to wear my hair in ways that lets men know I'm available to them? Like, oh, wow, rape issue solved. Women, just stop wearing your hair in ponytails because apparently that means you want the D, and it's just really confusing for men who then get you in the bedroom and you start saying no. Like, my bad, I don't go into my salon and say, hey, hairdresser, style my hair so that the most men will want to fuck me. Am I supposed to be doing that? Is, like, hair up mean one thing? Like, am I supposed to wear it a certain way to show that I'm single or promiscuous or looking or dating? Like, what the fuck? I had no idea that anybody actually sincerely believed that a woman should walk out of the house making fashion and style choices solely for the purpose, like things like hair, like this is a haircut that lives on my head. Like I should go and spend money to get the haircut, not that I like, not that I want, but the one that is gonna make men know that I'm interested in them? Are you fucking kidding me? So this is me, as you can see, the rage is high now. The rage is high. So let's carry on here while we're riding this high. At the end of the day, women look radically different to men so we can identify potential mates. Okay, like, that's sort of biologically sound. That's kind of what happens in the animal kingdom. But men looking radically different to women doesn't really have to do with your, like, the way you cut your hair or the clothes you wear. I mean, those are things we've adopted with you know, as, like, gender roles were built in civilized society. We are biologically and physiologically different. I'm not ever going to be able to grow facial hair, no matter how hard I try, and that alone should be an indication that I am a female person and therefore theoretically a biologically suitable mate for a man. But in 2018, things are all crazy for many guys, especially since no one wants to admit they're interested in someone only to find out they're the same sex. Okay, look, I know that people are really, like, a lot of masculine men take offense to this, but look, that's kind of a homophobic perspective. Like, people are people, your sexuality, there's so much to indicate that sexuality is a fluid thing, and you can be heterosexual as the day is long, and if you see a man who is done up like a woman and looks very pretty and you find them attractive, and then you find out they're a man, so you're not interested anymore because you don't like those body parts, that's fine. Like, there shouldn't be an embarrassment or a, like, oh my God forbid this should happen to me factor. It should just be like, oh, okay, oops, I thought you were a hot woman, I was wrong, that sucks. I mean, obviously, if you're catfishing people on purpose, it's kind of not cool, but, like, if someone just made that mistake on their own and feels weird about it, like, don't. Just accept that you appreciated the incredible feminine qualities in a man because you like femininity, and then move the fuck on. It's not that big of a deal. God, I don't understand why that's like the deepest seated fear of 2018 is, God forbid I like someone and find out they're the wrong gender. Like, if I find myself really attracted to somebody and all of a sudden I find out they're a woman, I'm gonna go, maybe I'm a little gay after all, you know? Like, which may or may not have ever happened to me before, but I digress. Heterosexual men are largely seeking a partner to have kids with, even if they don't know, even if they're not old enough to know it yet. And so when you're unclear if someone can provide that, it can confuse some men. I'm sorry, if you're not outraged, then, like, leave this video, because this is not for you. If that statement doesn't make you want to punch things, like, what the F? I mean, you literally just said that my purpose is to procreate for somebody. Like, again, this is 2018. Are we not past those basal instincts of, like, oh, me want woman, fuck, make babies, make good housewife? Like, is that it? Is that all we're on this earth for? Because if that's it, if my purpose on life is to make babies and take care of them, then fucking shoot me. Fucking kill me, because that is not my life. I'm sorry. Will I procreate one day? It's possible. With the right guy, maybe. And will I have a different stance on children then? Probably. But, like, that's not my life right now. And I am certainly not looking at guys, like, with solely being like, let me make sure that you can have good babies with me. Again, 2018. A lot of orphans out there, too. So if having children is important to me, if I find the right guy and he is sterile or has bad genes, we just get a baby somewhere else. There are lots of options. That should not be the reason that I'm looking to mate with somebody. That should be, like you said earlier, like, we're looking for human connection. Human connection is not based on, can you make babies for me? That's just so grossly bass-ackwards. I can't even begin. And, like, yeah, if you're a man who's not able to overcome that part of you that's like, making babies is the only thing I need, then I probably don't want to date you anyway, so that's fine. So then it's good that I'm signaling my disinterest, I guess. Anyway, there's more. There's so much more. Well, I do not ideologically disagree with anything you've said. I do think it, like a lot going on today, does not really take into account the awkwardness of the male experience. Look, like I said, men, women have the right to feel comfortable and happy going on in the world, but it is not my job to live my life and to make choices about the way I look with the sole purpose of making it less awkward for men. Yes, I empathize with the fact that there is, like, a male toxicity that makes it hard, like the obsessive masculinity that makes it difficult for men to feel appreciated or feel important or feel validated in a lot of their life. Like, I am sympathetic to that. I think that is a huge problem that happens, and I am certainly sympathetic to the fact that it is very difficult for a man to figure out how to feel secure in a world that doesn't allow him to get in touch with his feelings. Like, yes, but that's his journey. Like, my journey, my personal issues, like, my insecurities, those are for me to deal with, not to tell everyone else to fucking deal with. Like, right now, you sound like an SJW. You sound like someone who's like, oh, it's your responsibility to make sure everyone feels happy, comfortable, secure, and unoffended all the time. Like, that's what you sound like. You sound like the kids who go to Oberlin and cry when someone, like, when someone hurts their feelings by saying something not sensitive. You are asking me to conform myself to make somebody else happy. That is what the SJW movement is all about right now. So, like, turned off immediately, because you just sound like all the people that I despise. This is in case you haven't heard me say this before, people who are, like, super conservative, alt-right, like, really old fat, like, really stuck in certain ways, and the SJWs right now are actually shockingly similar. They're doing everything the same way, they just believe in different things. Anyway, so this paragraph goes on. See, as men, like it or not, it is our responsibility to approach women. But finding the courage to do that, especially among geeks and nerds, is really hard. Show of hands. Who thinks that only a man is responsible for making the first move? I hope none of your hands went up, because, yeah, that's traditionally how it's been. That is not a man's responsibility. I have met many men who are like, God, I love when a woman makes the first move, because it takes so much pressure off of them, especially in today's society where there are so many men who are really concerned about being accused of being non-consensual, that, yeah, it's like being more and more of a trend is make it for on both sides of things. Like, men are like, yes, come on to me so I know you're interested without you freaking out at me. And women are like, yes, take back the power. We can come on to men too. So I'm pretty sure, like, not a whole lot of people agree with that statement anymore. Yes, maybe at one point it was considered that way, but for Christ's sakes, my grandma met her husband by going up to him, because she was like, I'm not going to wait around all day for him to come up to me. And this is like way the fuck back in the beginning of last century, right? She goes up to him and introduces herself to him. Like, that's been going on for a while now. So maybe you should get with the program? And, like, honestly, guys, again, show of hands, who thinks I'm the kind of person who waits for a guy to come on to me? As opposed to going the fuck up and being like, you're hot, let's bang. Give you a hint. I'm the second thing. Yeah, geeks and nerds, yes, because again, they're really struggling in this thing where they don't view themselves as traditionally masculine, they don't think women will like them, so it's even scarier for them to approach women. I feel like they're going to be more scared of approaching like your traditional blonde bimbo in that case, because there's somebody occupying a traditionally female role, and now you have to approach them while you're not occupying what you feel is a particularly masculine role. So like, you should feel good talking to someone who's breaking those boundaries and those expectations. And once again, it is not my fucking job to live my life and make my decisions in ways so that men feel better about asking me out. I'm doing just fine, thanks. I have no problem attracting men and getting men if and when I want them. So I don't really, this is supposed to be like advice to me on how to make guys like me better. I don't fucking need it. Okay. So it's very likely that you have enough of a personality that you're attracting people who feel they have a connection with you. Again, we said that's a good thing, but are unclear of how to advance because your appearance is sending mixed signals. So as I've said in previous videos, if you're looking at me and you're like, I don't know if she's into me or not, or if she's gay or not, I'm probably not. I'm probably not into you, because when I'm into you, you'll fucking know it. So I don't think you need to worry about mixed signals with me. Like, there are lots of signals that happen. Yes, there are like, how does she look? What is she doing? What is she saying? And then there's like, oh, she's talking to me and like touching me lightly, you know, and like leaning really close to me and saying things like, I would fuck the shit out of you. I feel like those signals are pretty unadulteratedly clear and are not going to get mixed. I think at that point, everyone's going to be over the short hair, loud voice thing. So there's that. Also, again, like, we're talking about these people misunderstanding my gender and sexuality on YouTube. So, they shouldn't be advancing at all. Like, leave your comment where you tell me you're in love with me. That's great. I love you too. I love you all. I'm in love with all of you as well. But that's pretty much as far as it's gonna go. Like, you're never gonna leave a comment on YouTube that makes me go like, I'm gonna marry you. Sorry, it's just, I mean, you can try. Like, that's challenge. Leave me a comment in this video that makes me instantly want to marry you. Anyway, of course, in your mind, you're probably not looking to start something with fans. Oh, you read my mind. But for many young men, especially teenage boys, finding a woman like yourself who is strong-minded enough to speak her opinions strongly in an intelligent fashion is rare. So once again, I'm not looking to have anything romantic and sexual with my fans, but because my fans feel that about me, I should do things to make myself more romantic and sexual for them. Because again, the purpose of my entire life is just making myself more attractive to men. Like, are we not understanding that this is the theme of this entire post, is my job should be to make myself more attractive to men. So here we go. Title sentence right here. Now, at risk of sounding like a misogynistic douchebag, and let's just all be clear here, if you have to say that, whatever you're gonna say is gonna make you sound like a misogynistic douchebag. Surely enough, I strongly suggest growing out your hair a little more. So if you've seen my video, let's talk about my hair, you already know how I feel about that sentiment. This is my fucking hair, and I cut it the way I like it. No, I will not be growing it out anytime soon to please you or any the fuck buddy else. Thank you very much. Fuck off. As you can tell, this is one of those things that makes me angry. It's not your fault. Sorry. Oh wait, that's the next part. I skipped ahead, but you can see what's coming. It's very exciting. You're attractive enough that you don't need a ton of makeup or really to change your wardrobe. So apparently my highly masculine flowers on my jacket are fine. But a hairband, more obvious hair clip, a ring, or some other indicator of your femininity should cut down on the confusion over the lesbianism. Right, because lesbians never wear hair clips or rings. Or what else was I supposed to do? Hairbands. Yes, all lesbians have short hair, and any woman wearing a hairband is obviously not a lesbian, so you should just go come on to her. Obviously. Yeah, there's no such thing as, like, a feminine-looking lesbian. There's a word for that. I'm just blanking on it right now. Yeah, that doesn't exist. So, obviously, I should, you know, do those things because, you know, this means lesbian, and if I put a scrunchie... I did wear a hair clip in a video, by the way, thank you very much. So obviously, for anybody watching, they could clearly tell right there that I'm obviously not a lesbian because there was a clip in my hair. So, I mean, just the idiocy. This person who at one point in this post mentions it's 2018, like, yes, these things are happening, like, these traditional roles that people have given themselves and each other in society are being broken down left and right, and you're wanting me to specifically adhere to traditional gender roles, and apparently want me to just make babies, and you probably want me to stay home and sit in the kitchen. You're probably only okay with the fact that I do YouTube videos because I can make them from the fucking kitchen. Sorry, not a kitchen, it's a hotel room. There's not even a kitchenette in here. I'm not doing my job. I'm traveling for work like an independent woman. God fucking sue me. Also, like, in case you're paying attention, do I seem at all concerned about the confusion over the lesbianism? I don't care if you think I'm a lesbian. You can think whatever you want about me, and whatever you can believe what you want to believe. Like, if you're a gay woman and you think I'm hot, believe that I'm gay. Fine. That's great. If you're a man and you know you have no chance with me, so it's easier for you to think that I'm gay to get over that, that's fine. I don't care. I just care when people ask me on the internet because it's none of their goddamn business. Like, that's the only thing I care about. I don't give a shit if you know or you don't. That's why I purposely didn't answer it in that other video I made, because I don't care what you think I am. I don't care what you think of me. I just want you to know that it's not your fucking business to ask me personal questions about my life. Anyway. So, yeah. We're getting towards the end here. You're unlucky in that you're a legitimately strong woman and that it's just a bit confusing for some guys. That is the first time in my fucking life anyone has ever told me that I am unlucky to be a strong woman. Isn't that what we're all, like, aspiring to be? Isn't that what all women want to be? Fucking strong? Like, isn't that what our role models are? Strong women? Fucking Michelle Obama, strong woman? And you're telling me I'm unlucky because I am a strong woman? You are a misogynistic douchebag. Holy fuck! How do you not realize this? Jesus! Oh my god. And then that's where it's not your fault and nothing to be ashamed of. No shit! Why would I be ashamed of being a strong fucking woman? And this is not like an it's your fault thing. Like, no, I'm fucking happy to be this way. I have worked hard to defend my right to be this way. Are you fucking kidding me? To even insinuate that I might be ashamed of the fact that I'm a strong fucking woman. To insinuate that the fact that some guys can't figure out if I want to fuck them or not is a reason I should be ashamed of myself? You need to fucking kill yourself. You need to fucking die. We don't need you on this fucking planet. You are hurting everybody. You're hurting men too because you're creating a world in which they think shit like this is okay. And that these kinds of expectations are good for them and are gonna yield happy, successful relationships. And you're certainly fucking hurting women if you walk around thinking this shit. Go fucking kill yourself. Fuck. Jesus. But that said, they might suck and be unfuckable, but try to understand it from their side too. So I'm just supposed to walk around looking for guys and be like, oh, I feel so sorry for you because you're a terrible person who's totally unfuckable. Let me try to make myself more fuckable to you. Like, how also obnoxious and unrealistic is that? You're sitting here now to all these guys that you've been championing. You're saying that they suck and they're unfuckable. And I should be teasing them now by making myself look even more appealing to them and make themselves look like somebody that they could definitely get with and that they really, really want to, even though they're never going to. Because that's your whole point. Your whole point is make me look like I'm more available and attractive to them, even though I'm equally not available or attractive to them. So you're actually asking me to do them a disservice by being like, ooh, help them want to fuck you more, even though they're never going to. Isn't that just kind of cruel? God. Understanding from their side too, that's their life, that's their problem. Again, it is not my job to go around trying to figure out everyone's fucking insecurities and make them happy. While I'm at it, let me just not say any words ever again for fear of offending people, because I'm sure I do that all the time. Hell, I have a series called Meant to a Fucking Fend. They're just trying to figure out where they stand. They stand in front of their computer on the other side of the fucking world from me way more likely than not, or like nowhere where they're ever gonna meet me or know me. That's where they fucking stand. They can think whatever they want. They can like me or dislike me. They can find me traditionally attractive or abhorrent. It doesn't fucking matter. Where they stand is behind their goddamn computer, typing their goddamn comments, and that's as close to me as they're ever gonna goddamn get. What else do you need from me? Jesus. Being rejected hurts, and knowing straight off the bat if you have a shot is a good way for young men to avoid getting overly invested and hurt if you're inevitably, I think you mean inevitably, you wrote inventively going to reject them. I do inventively reject people. It's really, really fun to get really inventive and excited about the way you reject them. If you're going to inevitably reject them, you know? And then best wishes, and that's the end. Okay, so once again, like I just fucking said, they don't have a shot with me. So what you're telling me to do, what you're saying is like, oh, you should let them know if they have a shot with you. So what you're saying is what I should do is just keep doing everything I'm doing because it apparently lets them know they don't have a shot with me. And that's what I want to do because that's going to make it easier on them. Knowing if they have a shot right off the bat is going to make it a lot easier. You don't have a fucking shot. If you're leaving a comment asking me if I'm a lesbian on my fucking YouTube channel, you don't have a fucking shot with me. So there, let's keep it that way. Let's all be on the same goddamn page about that. And then the bit there about being rejected is hard. You think I don't fucking know that? Yeah, I have been a strong, independent, short-haired woman all my goddamn life. How the fuck do you think high school was for me? It was not fun. It was full of rejection. I am no goddamn stranger to it. I have experienced rejection all my fucking life. And if you think now, adult grown-up people, look at my adult grown-up self, who does wear fucking makeup and tells me, like, I don't know if you're a guy or not, what do you think middle school kids said to me? Are you fucking kidding me? I have been dealing with this shit my whole goddamn life. So excuse me if I get a little bent out of shape about this kind of thing, all right? This is not fucking for me to fix for you, okay? It is not my fucking job to make rejection less hard for you. Rejection is equally hard for me, and it happens to me all the goddamn time. But guess what? I don't sweat it, because rejection means I wasn't meant to be with that person in the first place. So I go and find somebody else that I am meant to be with, and then I'm happy. The end. Voila. Brilliant. Beautiful. End of fucking story. Job. I don't want to tell you who this person is or what video they commented on because I don't want you guys going after him, even though I think he should fucking die. But I'm so outraged because this is a person who, and that's like, I don't care. If you're a guy who's like, fuck changing gender roles, women should stay in the kitchen, like, they're not meant to be in the workplace. They are not as smart as us and don't deserve equal pay. Like, I think you're an idiot, but I'm less worried about you than I am about, not you, sorry, like people, I'm less worried about people like that than I'm worried about this guy who honestly thinks that he's doing someone a fucking service, like he's trying to be helpful, like he's trying to make the world a better place and make like male-female relationships better. Like he honestly believes that. That's what's scary to me about that comment, and that's what flips me out so much, is this guy writes it thinking like he's doing me a fucking favor and he's gonna fucking help me out. You wanna do me a fucking favor? Slit your throat. That's how you'll do me a fucking favor. P.S. Suicide is bad and terrible and no one should ever do it except for this guy. So yeah, I know that most of you guys watching my videos are men, and that's wonderful. I love men. I love you all. I think it's great. And I love hearing from you, and I love hearing your opinions. Where are my ladies at, though? Because I know there's a lot of you out there that have probably had some of the same issues. Talk to me. Tell me what you guys think of this. Men, I want to know what you think of this too. I really do. I'm really curious to see how this sits with you, and if it rubs you the wrong way the way it did for me. Because that's the thing. Like, yeah, we do see the world differently, and we have different experiences based on the fact that I've been a woman my whole life, and most of you men have been men your whole lives. So I want to know how this sits with you. But where are my ladies at? Because I want to know how this affects you guys as well. Like, does this incense you the way it incensed me? And is this like, am I overreacting? I mean, more than I usually am. Or do you agree? Like, is this a bad thing that we need to stop?